Welcome everyone to the channel Interesting Biology. Today we'll be studying the first chapter in class 12 biology, reproduction in organisms. If you want the notes of this video, you can find it in the description below. And for now, let's start. So the first thing that we need to learn is that what is reproduction? What is reproduction? So the definition given in NCERT is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones or offsprings similar to itself. A biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones or offspring similar to itself, like we are the offsprings of our parents. Now the next question is that why is reproduction essential? Why is reproduction needed? Reproduction enables continuity of species generation after generation. It makes sure that a species does not get extinct. It can also live up to the next generation. That is why reproduction is essential. Now the types of reproduction. Types of reproduction. Basically there are two types of reproduction. Asexual and sexual reproduction. In today's video we will be talking only about the asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction will be covered at another video. So in asexual reproduction, broadly we can see 6 types: fission, budding, sporulation, fragmentation, regeneration, and at last vegetative propagation. So 6 types are fission, budding, sporulation, fragmentation, regeneration, and vegetative propagation. Now one by one I'll be discussing all of these types of asexual reproduction. So the first type in asexual reproduction is fission. Now what is fission? Fission is the process of division of parent body into 2 or more daughter cells. Means a single cell gets divided into 2 or maybe more than 2 daughter cells. This is the parent cell and these are the daughter cells. So this is basically the concept of fission. Now in fission also there are two types of fission. First is binary fission and the second is multiple fission. So in binary fission basically what happens is that the parent cell gets divided into 2 daughter cells. Only 2 daughter cells are formed. This is in the case of binary fission. For example, binary fission in amoeba. amoeba. Like if this is the amoeba, the structure of the amoeba, this is the nucleus. The first step, the nucleus of the amoeba gets elongated. At first, karyokinesis happens, that is the division of nucleus. So first the nucleus gets elongated, and here the nucleus gets divided into two, and a furrow is formed in the between. This is called constricted cell, and slowly the cytoplasm also divides, resulting in the formation of two daughter cells. Two daughter cells. So this is basically binary fission in amoeba. Now what is multiple fission? Multiple fission is where the type of fission where more than two daughter cells are formed. So in binary fission only two daughter cells are formed, whereas in multiple fission more than two daughter cells are formed. An example of multiple fission is Plasmodium, the protozoa which causes malaria in humans. So these are the two types of fission. Second type of asexual reproduction is budding. In budding, an outgrowth or bud develops, grows, constricts at the base and separates from the parent body. For example, in yeast and hydra. So we can understand budding from an example. Think this is an yeast cell. This is the nucleus. This is the vacuole and the cytoplasm and other things. This is the parent. Now again, just like fission, once again the nucleus will divide. Here a small outgrowth or bud will appear and the nucleus will divide. At first the nucleus will elongate and then two nuclei will be formed, one in the bud and one in the main body, the parent body. Now here this is a bud. Now the bud may also separate from the parent body, or it can remain attached to the parent body and form a chain of buds. This is budding in yeast. So in fission, the two body gets divided in the parent body gets divided in two or more halves. Whereas in fission, a small outgrowth or bud is formed at the beginning and then it separates or either forms a chain of yeasts or whatever the organism is. Like hydra. In hydra, tentacles are formed. The type of asexual reproduction is sporulation. Sporulation occurs by tiny single-celled, thin-walled spores that are extremely resistant to harsh environmental conditions. Now, since spores have such high resistance to harsh environmental conditions, they can even survive all those adverse weather conditions, and when favorable conditions return, spores form new individuals. Here are some types of spores and examples. The first one is zoospores. These are motile, and examples are Chlamydomonas ulothrix. The second is Conidia, which is non-motile. An example is Penicillium. Third is Gammules. An example are sponges. Fourth is Sporangiospores, which are non-motile. An example is Rhizopus. And the fifth is Pseudopodiospore, and the example is amoeba. So these are some of the types of spores and the organisms in which who form the spores. Sexual reproduction is fragmentation, which occurs by splitting of parent body into two or more fragments. For example, Spirogyra. Like if this is the parent Spirogyra's body, here it breaks into two fragments. This process is known as fragmentation, the breaking of Spirogyra in this case. Type of asexual reproduction is regeneration. Missing part of an organism is repaired by proliferation of cells. Example, Hydra, Planaria, and sponges. Now consider that this is an organism. Just consider. This is its head, its stomach or the middle part of the body, and these are the legs. Just consider this is an organism. Now in regeneration, all these three parts are separated or get separated actually. So this is the head, this is the stomach, and these are the legs. Now from each of these parts, like this is the head from the beginning, from each of these parts a new organism is formed. Now this is the already existing head. From here the stomach and the legs are appearing. This is the already existing stomach. From here the head and the legs are appearing, and this is the already existing leg. From here both the stomach and the head is appearing. So from one organism, three new organisms are formed, in which one of the body parts are from the parental organism. So here three new, if this is in case this is a planaria, then these are three new planarias formed. So this is regeneration. Next and last type of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. It is the process of formation of new plant from vegetative parts like root, stem, etc. Like for example, bryophyllum. In bryophyllum, a new plant is formed from the leaves of the existing bryophyllum. That is an example of a natural method of vegetative propagation. Similarly, in artificial methods, like suppose there is a tree of a rose, it's a rose tree. So if you cut a branch and plant it somewhere else in the soil, you can see from that one branch a new rose tree will be formed. That is a method of artificial vegetative propagation, which is known as cutting. Similarly, there are some units of vegetative propagation known as vegetative propagules. For example, like runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, etc. and many more are there, which have the ability to give rise to new offsprings. Like from these units, new offsprings also can be formed, like rhizome, runner, sucker, etc. As some examples of natural vegetative propagation, like roots. Natural vegetative propagation happen in plants like dahlia, guava. Similarly, tubers in potato, bulbs, garlic, suckers in chrysanthemum, and such. If you want, you can copy down the list, or you can link in the description. You will see a PDF where you will get notes of all the things that has been said in this video. Similarly, artificial methods are also there: cutting, sugarcane, rose, layering, strawberry, grafting, apple, and etc. and etc. Before ending this video is that water hyacinth, or scientific name Acornia crassipes, or also known as the terror of Bengal, is a type of weed. It is a type of weed which propagates very quickly by vegetative mode and drains out dissolved O2 from water body. So it is actually a weed which we will also be studying in the upcoming chapters. So I thought for now you should know about it. Water hyacinth, Acornia crassipes, or terror of Bengal. So with this, the part of our sexual reproduction ends. In the next video, we will be talking about sexual reproduction and its various types and other things. So till then, if you like this video, please like. And if you think it was helpful, share it with your friends. And if you want more of this type of videos, subscribe to the channel for now. And I'll see you all later.